What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we got to talk about what happened on this episode of Monday Night Raw. They started off the show with Jay Uso coming down to the ring through the crowd, as they should have, since Jay did win the men's Royal Rumble this year, and the crowd showed him so much love. Everyone was yeeting like they normally do, but you could tell there was a lot more passion. There was a lot more emphasis on the yeets all around the stadium. It was such a cool visual to see with the drone cam flying over people. Shout out to Michael Cole finally getting his DAP game just a little bit better than it was before. He didn't miss the handshakes or the daps from Jay Uso as he came down to ringside. He was able to finally get the daps that much better. He still got to work on it, but I'm proud of you, Michael Cole, for getting the daps just a little bit better. But this was cool. It was such a dope, wholesome moment. Before Jay really got into his promo, the crowd chanting, "You deserve it," and crowd chanting one more time. So he tells the people in the production, "Hey, can you play my music one more time?" They play his music one more time. Everyone's yeeting, and they're yeeting for about like 5-10 minutes straight. Everyone's just having a good time. Everybody's standing up all the way to the rafters. Looked like it was a sold out show tonight, and it was dope. I enjoyed it. It was just cool to see, Jay really get his moment as he deserves. So he finally about to start the promo, and you can tell this was not scripted. You can tell this came from the heart from Jay. He was getting emotional. He was trying to find the words of what he wanted to say. And he kind of went through the timeline of his progression in his career in being involved with the bloodline story with Roman Reigns and how that, grew his confidence up. And then him being on his own, once he left the bloodline and trying to find his footing as a solo competitor, and how scared he was, and how, he wasn't sure if he could do it, but he ended up pushing through and winning his first ever solos title. And now being in this situation, winning the Royal Rumble and main eventing WrestleMania is not just a name now. It's really just him. Like his entrance says, it's just me, Oos. It's really just him out there actually doing it. It was such an emotional segment. He started to get teary-eyed. He's like, "Man, my family really thanks y'all for having my back and making this possible." Because he knows the people have really changed his life for the better too. Because of the overwhelming support. It's kind of hard to deny someone that's in the top in merchandising sales in the entire company when you got CM Punk there, when you got Drew McIntyre doing his thing with his merch, when you got Roman Reigns, when you got Cody, and he still has been consistently for the past few years the top guy in merch sales. He gets the best and the loudest reactions everywhere he goes. Like, it's just one of those things where it's really cool to see, and for him to get emotional, it was pulling on my heartstrings to him to get teary-eyed, and he was trying to keep it together. And I love promos like this where it doesn't seem like it was just him going off a script. This seemed like it came from the heart, and I really do appreciate that. And for me, it was great. I loved it. Great way to start off the show. It only made sense to start the show off with Jay. But it also only made sense to have Gunther come out there and rain on Jay Uso's parade. And I love this because this is what makes Gunther such a great heel. He came out there and he was like, "Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm disappointed." Because he essentially didn't want it to be Jay. Because he's like, "Look, bro, I don't want to face you. I'm not going to face you. I don't want to face you at WrestleMania because I gained nothing by beating you. You can't even lace my boots up." Like, he was just being real disrespectful. He's like, "I don't gain nothing from beating you. I gain something if I beat John Cena or CM Punk or Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. I gain something if I beat them. If I beat you, I've already done it before. What do I gain out of that?" And he basically made it very clear to him, "Look, if you do choose me, I'm going to make your life a living hell every week until we get to the WrestleMania, and I'm going to give you a vicious beating. So if I was you, I would choose another option. There are options out there. And Gunther made it clear. That's all he wanted to do was rain on this parade and let it be known, no, you're not worth my time, but if you do choose me, I'm going to embarrass you and obliterate you leading up to WrestleMania, and then I'm going to finish you off. If that's what you want to do. So, before Gunther can get out the ring, Jay made it clear, like, hey, come back, Gunther. Look, I heard what you said. I'm going to go to SmackDown, talk to Cody, see what's going on there. And then I'm going to be giving my decision soon. But I just want you to know, whether it's you, whether it's Cody, doesn't matter. I'm walking in as the 2025 Royal Rumble winner, and I'm walking out as a champion. Yeet. And left it at that. So I love Gunther being this ultimate cocky prick heel. But I think the story is most likely going to lead down to Gunther, bro. The disrespect. I just see it happening. I think they're going to give Jay his Cinderella story, his moment. And he's going to, essentially, he's going to be getting packed up for some weeks now. It's going to be interesting to see how they can tell this story to keep us entertained. We got plenty of time. We're only in February. We still got a little bit, like maybe over 2 months, a little bit over 2 months left. So we'll see how things play out. Next, I want to talk about Charlotte Flair coming out there. She is the women's Royal Rumble winner. She came out there to address everybody. And what's crazy about this whole promo, she was getting boos. She was getting cheers, but the boos started to get louder. She started talking about how she missed the fans. She missed the people that cheered her. She missed the people that booed her. And they started booing even more. And then she started talking about her real life struggles that she was dealing with trying to heal and come back. And, she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to come back because of how, injured her leg was. And she was really going through it, which I actually do believe. I don't even think that's her playing a character. I do believe she was probably having some doubts if she could ever really, truly wrestle again. It was a serious injury, and it's not easy to come back from that. And, I can only imagine the rehab process must have been painful and tough. Like, that's why I kind of did feel bad for her, because they're booing her while she's being serious about this whole situation. And she's like, I understand, I get it. Y'all can boo me, whatever the case is. But I really was going through some stuff. But none of that matters, because now I am your women's Royal Rumble winner. So I think this was a situation. I don't know if they didn't read the room on social media and still wanted to go have her be sympathetic, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It does suck that people are booing her while she's being very serious about the stuff that she's had to deal with emotionally in her recovery process. But at the same time, I don't think they read the room on social media, because a lot of people didn't like this decision on social media. So I don't know if I would have came out there with the babyface promo. Probably more of not a heel, but more of like cocky. Like I came back, I overcame what I had to overcome, and now I'm back in the main event or something like that. I would have went that route instead of actually diving into her real, issues that she was dealing with recovering. So, as the boos were raining in, Rhea Ripley music hit, and the crowd goes crazy and gets a nice pop. So Rhea comes out there, and basically Rhea's like, look, I hope you choose me. Last time we fought, we had a good match. I respect you. So I hope you choose me and we can do this dance again. And then Charlotte essentially kind of heals it up, because she was like, that's funny that, you sat up here and jumped the gun. I was going to go to NXT tomorrow and see what Julia's talking about. And then I was going to hit up SmackDown on Friday, and then I was going to see what Tiffany Stratton's talking about. But you jumping the gun, that was very interesting. Also in the promo, I can't even think of her name. Charlotte essentially was like, yeah, you did beat me at that WrestleMania 39, but remember, I also beat you at a WrestleMania to take your NXT Women's Championship from you. And Rhea was like, that's when I was a younger kid. I was younger. I was a kid then. And she brought it all the way back around when she was like, you jumped the gun, so you're still a kid now. And that's when Rhea turned up. She was like, I need you to choose me. Please choose me. I'm begging you to choose me. Because, see, I have respect for you, but you clearly don't have respect for me. So choose me so I can beat the respect out of you. So, I know they're trying to set it up, but I don't think we're going to get that match. Even though they are 1-1 at WrestleMania, they may revisit this at some point. They both have wins over each other. I think we're most likely going to go with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. But this segment was kind of weird, only because Charlotte was trying to come out as a babyface, and the fans didn't care what the hell she was talking about. The boos progressively got louder. So we also got to talk about what happened at the ending of the first women's qualifier match to see who's going to go to the Elimination Chamber between Io and Liv Morgan. And earlier in the show, Liv attacked Io and Raquel attacked Rhea as they were walking backstage. So towards the end of this match, Raquel is trying to get involved to distract the ref, and that's when Rhea comes out there. She runs down the rampway and attacks Raquel, and then Liv is trying to get her hands on Rhea that's on the outside of the ring, grabbing her hair, but Rhea ends up hitting Liv. The ref sees it, throws out the match, and because of the disqualification, Liv Morgan wins because Rhea ended up hitting her and causing Io to lose the match, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, that definitely, it sucks to see that. Hopefully they can find a way to get Io into this match, because they've been teasing this Io and Rhea Ripley clash potentially at this year's WrestleMania. So I want to see how they're going to try to get her into the Elimination Chamber. I don't know if they can possibly do that. But you can tell Io was disappointed and was upset with Rhea, as she should be, because it wasn't on purpose. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But right now, Liv Morgan has punched her ticket into the Elimination Chamber. So we'll see how things play out there. And finally, I want to talk about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out there in his Jeepers Creepers cosplay fit. He comes out there and he talks about how he's happy that CM Punk didn't get a chance to win the Royal Rumble. He's happy that he took out Roman Reigns as well with the curb stomps. And, he's happy that Roman Reigns won't be going to WrestleMania this year. And then he starts hyping up Sami. He wants Sami to come out there to talk to him, because Sami and CM Punk are going to have a qualifiers match to see who's going to enter into the Elimination Chamber. So Sami comes out there. Sami doesn't say nothing. He's just listening to Seth gaslight him / give him a pep talk on why he's better than CM Punk, why he's, he feels like Sami is a good guy. He deserves to be in the main event of WrestleMania or have that opportunity. He doesn't, CM Punk doesn't deserve that opportunity. Like, he's just basically trying to get Sami to hate CM Punk as much as he does. So after all the gaslighting and the shit talking about CM Punk music hits. He comes down a ramp. Seth takes off the Jeepers Creeper jacket, and they start trying to fight. They already send officials to try to break them up. I love that. This is happening while CM Punk's music is playing. So I love that their hate is so serious that they're trying to claw at each other. They're trying to tear at each other even during the entrance, or while the entrance music is going, while a match is about to be started up. I love that. So this was a really good match between CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is always and will forever be a great underdog. CM Punk throughout the match was talking trash to Sami, saying there's levels to this. You're not on my level. Very close near fall, very close 2 counts. Hard hitting match. This was really, really good. But ultimately, CM Punk end up hitting Sami, caught Sami, and ended up hitting him with the GTS for the 1, 2, 3. And at the end of the match, CM Punk's about to walk out, but he turns around and he's about to give, he wants to give Sami a handshake. So he gives Sami a handshake to show respect. Like, nah, you put on a good fight tonight. You definitely, you definitely deserve my respect. Wholesome moment. But all of a sudden, first and foremost, before I even get to this, the entire show, it was glitching like crazy. Like, screen kept going in and out over and over and over. And towards the end of the show, especially during this segment, it was glitching nonstop. So you almost missed it if you're watching it on Netflix. But all of a sudden, Kevin Owens hits Sami Zayn in the back of the head. Out of nowhere, you see Kevin Owens has a black eye. He's still selling his injuries from the Royal Rumble. And you almost missed it because the screen keeps going back out. It's like blacking out, just in and out. And then finally, he ends up putting Sami in the package pile driver position and hits Sami with the package pile driver, pretty much sending Sami to the gulags. So not only did Kevin Owens get packed up on Saturday, he comes on Monday and packs up his friend that didn't actually help him in the match, but he was still concerned for him though. But because he didn't help him in the match, he ended up putting him in the package pile driver and packed him up and folded him. So that's how the show ends. Kevin Owens, black eye, attacked his friend. And obviously, they're going to set up something with these guys at Elimination Chamber for sure. I actually want to give credit to who came up with this idea. Who I first heard this idea from was JD from NY. Shout out to him, man. I was watching his stream. I want to say it was the Royal Rumble stream. After what happened with the Royal Rumble, I believe that's when he said it. I could have been wrong, but he basically said Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, he can see them having a match in Toronto, their hometown, in Toronto, a one-on-one match, and he can see Randy Orton potentially coming in to take out Kevin Owens, which ultimately helps Sami Zayn get the win over Kevin Owens. I think that makes sense, considering the Elimination Chamber is going to be in Toronto. I think it makes sense to have that match. I'm willing to bet Sami's going to be off of television for a few weeks. Kevin Owens is going to be talking delusional, like, I had to do that because he didn't help me. He sat there and watched as Cody folded me and threw me through hit me with an Alabama slam through the ladder. He just sat there and watched it happen. So I had to get him back. So, that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to have a great match. And I kind of believe what JD is saying. It would make sense. You see Randy Orton come back. He hits, potentially maybe he hits Kevin Owens with an RKO. And Sami's able to capitalize and get the 1, 2, 3 win. Because I do think Sami definitely needs to win there. Get some momentum going to see what he's going to do at this WrestleMania season. And I honestly think we may get a Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton feud at WrestleMania. That can be good too. 2 crash out professionals, I'm all for it. So we'll see if JD's right on that particular booking situation. So I want to give credit to him for coming up with that. Or at least that was the first time I've heard that theory being mentioned. But hey, man, this was a overall solid show. Just the glitching from Netflix. Y'all got to work on that. But comment down below. Let me know what you rate the show on a scale of 1 to 10. Did you enjoy tonight's show? And also, are you guys looking forward to the Elimination Chamber this year? Depending on how they set up these matches, who's gonna win and qualify, I'm definitely excited. I can still see Roman Reigns getting into that match. I can see Seth Rollins getting into that match. I believe Seth is supposed to have a match with Finn Balor to qualify into there. I can see Seth Rollins getting into that. We already got John Cena. We already got CM Punk. Maybe Drew gets into that match. I believe Logan Paul's probably going to get in there because he faces Rey Mysterio next week as well. So I can see those maybe being the potential individuals. Maybe not Drew, because I think Drew's going to be busy with Damian Priest, but I don't know. We'll see. But right now, I do see it being a pretty good elimination chamber match on the men's side of things. So y'all let me know if y'all excited about it. But I appreciate all the love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. See y'all next one. Peace.